Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year's Eve. Hope you are looking forward to what's to come. Thank you again for tuning in. My name's Nehru, and you're tuned into The Encourager. And so I hope you're woke up this morning refreshed and revived. I slept extremely well last night, and actually I've been sleeping extremely well for probably really, really sound sleep, peaceful sleep for probably the better part of a week or two now. And so, really, really refreshing. It's good. Again, it's been a long time since I've slept so well. So that's definitely a sign when your body can rest peacefully. That's an indication that your soul is at peace, your spirit is at peace, and your energy, your aura is clear and clean, and you can lay your head down at night knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything's aligned, and all things are working together for your good. Okay, and so hopefully going into the new year, you have that again. Not New Year's resolutions, but New Year's dedications, New Year commitments, 2024 commitments, 2024 dedications. Okay. And this is, I believe, the last day of the Mercury retrograde as well. This has been the best Mercury retrograde I have ever experienced, or at least so far. All the other Mercury retrogrades were like low crawls, under barbed wire or something. They were all with bombs being shot over your head, like what they did us in basic training, and you're doing all of your field training and war exercises and all that sort of stuff. And it's this is the best one so far. So again, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. To those of you who took the bold step to subscribe this year, thank you so much. To those of you who have continually come back to listen, it's okay if you're not a subscriber. Again, my goal is not to have as many subscribers as possible. My goal is to have the subscribers that the channel calls out to, right? And so whoever that is, those are the only subscribers I want, right? I don't want as many subscribers as I can get. I don't want that. Again, I want the quality, not the quantity, okay? And so what I want to talk about very briefly is how religion kills, okay? Religion kills, Kills. Religion unalives, YouTube. Religion unalives, okay? So religion steals, kills, and destroys, okay? But I'm going to come at it from a rather, I was going to say staunch point of view. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's the word that came from, a staunch point of view. I'm going to come from a bit more of a harsh reality type of place, okay? So there are many criminal cases, okay, where people, typically it's women, in this situation particularly, it's women, right? Although women serial killers are becoming more and more common, right? Eileen Wuornos and others. This particular situation typically revolves around men and going against their spouses. So in churches, it's no secret that far more women go to church than men. Okay? There's no secret about that. You can go into any church on any given day, and unless it's some religious false organization like the Masons or Eastern Stars or something, you're going to find it's going to be the majority of the women. It's going to be women. Obviously, Eastern Stars are a women cult or whatever that is. And so, but in a church, you're typically going to find far more women than men. Here's partially why, okay? So women are birthed to be led by a man. It's instinctive of them. That's why they desire it. Same thing with man. Man is generally not the one to be domesticated, right? So man seeks out woman for those attributes. Okay? And again, this is the way divine made us. Don't come at me about anything, okay? Again, I think I could be Mr. Mom, okay? I could be that. So I have no problem filling that role. Cook, clean, change diapers, whatever. And I'm independent anyway, so I'll never be an employee to anyone. Even if it's my own company, if I'm an employee, I will still have control in when I come and go. I will never be an employee controlled by anyone ever. That's not my purpose. I've tried that many times. That doesn't work for this justice fighter. Okay. So I will always be on my own. Even if on my own is barely getting by, I will never be a robot for someone else. I will never do that. 555 on the clock. I will never do that. Okay. Because that's not my place. Okay. So I'm not saying, like, I'm definitely not some traditional male. Men go to work, women stay home, be barefoot and have kids. That's bullshit. Really? Stop that. That's so dumb. That's so stupid, right? And generally speaking, with the cost of living today, you need two incomes anyway. That's so ignorant to think like that, okay? So if you think like that, you hillbilly, it's time to change those thoughts, buddy. I don't care who you are, and that's not a racist comment, okay? That you can be a hillbilly in your thoughts and in your ways. You can be hood and ghetto in your thoughts and in your ways. You can be a nigger in your thoughts and your ways. Okay, that has nothing to do with color. You can be ignorant in any race and color, ethnicity, or whatever you want to be. And history has shown ignorance come in all shapes, forms, fashions, and blood types. Okay, so religion kills. Okay, so you hear about these criminal stories where a couple gets married, they are devout, whatever, Christians, and some religions speak strongly against divorce, like the Catholic Church. It would be an interesting thing to talk to these people, these priests that advise these individuals to not leave their spouse, and then the spouse was unalived, and then the other spouse went on the run or took the kids and went on the run, or maybe unalived the kids because the spouse was going to get the kids, and right, and they decided to get away from going to church or whatever else, and then the other spouse continues. Again, in most cases, that is because the woman is the committed one to going to church, okay? Because women inherently are born looking for that type of leadership. Man doesn't go to church often because man believes that no one can tell man what to do, which is true when it comes to their faith and their religion. No one should be able to tell you what to do. You should have the freedom to live and be as you please. You don't want to go to church? Don't listen to them tell you that you need to go to church every Sunday. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Don't listen to them tell you you need to give them your money. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay? Don't listen to those lies. Okay? Find out and read the truth for yourself and not the Bible. Go beyond that. Look up the books that were found that were missing and removed from the. Find out about yourself. So, in this situation, they get married, the couple gets married, and let's say they are Catholic, because the Catholic Church is infamous for not allowing divorces, and then they have nothing to say when the one spouse unalives another spouse. They have no. Where's the interview, journalists? Where's the interview with that priest or that pope that advised them not to get a divorce, and now that spouse is dead? Where is that interview? Where is that interview? CNN, Nancy Grace, where the fuck is that interview? Where is that interview? Because if you had let them get a divorce, she could have moved on, but she was feeling guilty about not getting a divorce because of religion, Christianity. Let me tell you something. If you believe that the Father would not provide a way out of a situation that is detrimental to someone's life and their children's lives, you believe that he would want them to stay there and just deal with that to be unalived, you are a fool. You are worse than the snake. Any leader who advises someone to not get a divorce in a situation that is detrimental to their life, religion kills. Religion ends lives because they do not allow you the freedom to make the choice to get a divorce. They advise you to stay in shit when you know it's not for your good. It's to your detriment. Religion kills. Hinduism allows you to make the choice. Okay? Allows you to make the choice. Christianity speaks against it. No, don't do that. And then when they're having a freaking memorial in your church for the same spouse that you told do not leave them to stay with them, where's the interview? Where are the questions? Where are the answers for that individual and their fucking accountability to lead somebody into staying in a situation that was detrimental to them? Where's the accountability for these spiritual leaders? Where? They're not spiritual leaders, religious leaders. Where is the accountability? Where? In the community, we let them build these buildings and religious places. We hold them. There's no accountability. No accountability for the religious leaders and communities that are dealing with situations that I'm speaking of right now. There is no accountability for them. None. They can advise somebody wrong. That person makes the wrong choice, and the result ends in the unaliving of them. And there is no accountability for that religious leader. That needs to change, because that's just the same as a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or anyone else telling someone, this is what I need you to do. They do it and they end up getting unalived. Like a doctor recommending the wrong prescription because of oversight. And the person ends up dying. And then in the autopsy, they find out that this person was given this medication that was authorized or prescribed by this doctor, but it was the wrong one. He needs to be held accountable. And in those situations, they are. What about the religious church? What about the religious sect? Where are these leaderships? Where are these leaders' responsibilities? They're not leaders. They're punk asses in most cases. Where's the accountability? You advised him or her to stay in that situation. You need to be held accountable. You call yourself intuitive. You say you hear from God. You say you lead by Holy Spirit. You say you know what to do. You say you're anointed. You say you're gifted to heal. You say. Where's the proof? And where's the accountability? Where's the accountability? I'm all on the deconstruction of the church. The deconstruction of religion and in general. The deconstruction of it. I will spend the rest of my natural born life, this lifetime, fighting for that and the spiritual justice that is held in the 5D to come into the 3D. I will fight for the rest of this natural life. Abolish religion. Abolish religion. Abolish religion. All of it. All of it. All of it. Because they are not being held accountable in this 3D. Why? Because the devil sits trying to think of the devil sits in the political seats. The devil's connected to them, right? If you don't think the mayor and governor are closely associated with Joel Osteen and Creflo Dollar and all these other, you don't think the government is closely related to them? You don't think so? You don't think they have the fucking local government and politicians in their back pocket? Abolish religion, because religion kills. Religion kills. Okay? Religion kills hopes. It kills dreams. It kills physically. Religion kills. People get complacent about their religion because they get stuck in the same thing over and over and over again. You check back with them 10 years from now. They've got a $2 raise and they're still doing the same thing. They are no more spiritually mature today than what they were 10 years ago. Trust me, I've lived around these people for 20 years. Trust me, I know. I grew up with these people. Trust me, I know. Because where I am today is not where I was, not what I was born into, or not what I grew up knowing. It's not even remotely close. All of the sperm donors' brothers are ministers. They're fake, false-ass religious motherfuckers that think they know what they're talking about. And they're just spitting out shit that Berlin talked about. And that's their father. That's all they're doing. Calling themselves apostles. Sit down. Sit down and learn something. Apostle. Okay. All of his brothers, all of them. And then he mad at me because I'm not the one. I'm not following in that track. Nope. Never have, never will. I'll always walk towards truth, and I'll always walk in it. I'll do that if I got to walk alone, and I probably will. I haven't found anyone strong enough yet, man or woman, to walk alongside me, and I don't care, right? No matter to me. I'm married to Most High. That's the only wedding I need. That's the only wedding I need. Okay? I don't need a physical marriage. I'm already married. I don't need that. Okay? Religion is killing people. Religion is unaliving people every day. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Okay? Because it puts people in a trance. Time to go to church. Time to go to church. Time to go to church. Like a zombie. Religion kills. Religion kills. Kills every day. Today is Sunday. It's New Year's Eve. Anybody having a service today, most likely that religion is continuing to kill you. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, it's keeping you complacent, stagnant, and just there in existence to fill a chair or to fill a pew or to get your box checked on your member status for that week. The place I was a part of for 20 years, he said in the beginning, and I started to see these things and started to see the contradictions. So when we first started, one of the examples, and that gentleman's name is Steve, right? So again, one of the things that Steve did, and I did learn a lot there, both what to do moving forward and what not to do or what to watch out for. I learned both. A lot of wisdom, right, that he shared, and a lot of wisdom that Most High gave me, maybe for what was being said, or maybe something that I needed to consider that was not said, okay? But one of the things he said when I first got there in 2003 was he was never interested in membership. He was never, he didn't take, and he didn't. Religious places, they have the membership board. I remember growing up, Baptist church, they have the member board up there. We got 645 members. Only 12 of them showed up every week, but they got 645 members. And then the tithe, what the amount of the tithe was. That information doesn't need to be made public. Get that off the wall, okay? Nobody needs to know how much money your church is bringing in. That is nobody's public business, okay? Dumb. But Steve would say, he doesn't keep track of membership or anything like that. Then, years later, right, a building was built out on 46 in Sanford, right, where they currently meet. There was a machine put in the foyer of that building, and he encourages me. I've never signed into that thing because I've always held true that my faithfulness to the house shows who I am faithful to. I don't need to clock in to show who I'm faithful to. On the job, sure, because they're compensating me. But when it comes to a spiritual thing, I'm not signing. I've never clocked into that machine. Never. And I was one of the most faithful sons there. And in fact, based on my giving and sowing into other families, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm one of you talk about the GOAT, I'm in the top 3 of faithful sons to the Rock of Central Florida and Steve Parker. I am one of the top 3 faithful sons. Okay? He may not see it that way. His wife may not see it that way, but I am. You know why? Because I stood up for justice and truth when they ass couldn't see it. That's why. I sold, and I sold faithfully. That's why. Without expectation of anything back. That's why. I told the truth even when I was standing by myself. That's why. Religion kills. Religion kills. So what do you do in situations? Where's the accountability to the religious leader that advised that couple to not get a divorce, knowing that the husband, let's say in my example, right, has turned narcissistic? He no longer even faithful to the religiousness. He's not even faithful to that anymore. So his temperament's changed. He's angry. Now the wife is scared. Hello, leaders. Now she's scared. Restraining orders. You're still like, no, don't get a divorce. Really? He said he's going to kill me. I sent my best friend a message. If anything happens to me, John did it. Richard did it. Michael did it. Do you need any more information? Low-ass vibration law enforcement. Do you need any more indicators? Religion kills. Okay? So what are we going to do about this moving forward, law enforcement? What are we going to do about this moving forward? Religious leaders? What are we going to do about this moving forward? Catholic Church? What are we going to do about it? Baptist? Non-denominational? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? And by the way, I don't care what those people over there think about me. Just FYI. Okay? Just FYI. Because again, I'm a fighter. And I dare any of them, young, old, I dare any of them to approach me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I dare them. I dare them. I dare them. Okay? If they don't know who I am spiritually, they'll find out. Okay? Again, I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't care what their size is physically. I do not care. I do not care. Okay? That doesn't matter to me. I slayed a giant, I'll slay him again. I don't care. Okay? Religion kills. So what are we doing about this? If you are in a situation like this, you know someone in a situation like this because you are in tune, you are clairvoyant, you are clairaudient, you are clairsentient, you are spiritually aware of a friend, a family member, someone in this situation. You need to seek Most High in ways and how you can go about helping this individual get out of that situation. That's what needs to happen. And if you do that, Most High will answer you. And he'll give you a way out. Because he always provides a way out before the end. He gave the enemy, the devil, Lucifer, he gave him a chance to repent. He chose not to. He always gives an opportunity for repentance and correction. He always gives an opportunity for a life to be saved. He always gives indicators leading up to the ending of a life. He always gives indicators. Sometimes those indicators is that woman crying out, that man crying out. More and more often, domestic assaults against men by women against men is becoming more and more common. Police officers, law enforcement still have a difficult time seeing this. Still. Because they treat women like they're a fucking pillow cushion. Or a pin cushion. They treat them so sensitively. Don't look at the physical person. You will be fooled, man. You will be fooled. Just because she has a vagina don't mean she can't pull the trigger. Okay? That is not what that, just because she has a vagina don't mean she can't pick up a knife. Don't mean she don't know how to work a saw. Don't mean she don't know how to dismember. She can dig a ditch, a hole, a grave. Come on now. Just because she a woman. Yeah, you get blindsided. Religion kills. What is religion? Functioning outside of your internal kingdom is within me self. That is religion in whatever form it is. It could be atheism. It could be Catholicism. It could be Hinduism. It could be Islamic. It could be Judaism. It could be Christianity. It could be anything. They're all stuck in their ways, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So he decided, Steve, to put that machine in there, and now they keep track of members. And I thought to myself, that's just like Obama before he got elected. He said he did not support homosexual marriages. Okay? Before he got elected for his first term. Then he needed the votes to get reelected. I don't even know what the race was. I don't know, because I don't keep up with politics like that. Okay? Because it's just all a shit show. Okay? It really is. And it's just the back and forth ping pong. So when one says peanut butter today, the other says jelly. That's why ignorant brown folks don't know that we used to be Republicans. You dummy. Yeah. Just like Red Fox. You big dummy. Yeah, you dummy. We used to be Republican. Brown people did. You moron. Really? People are naively led. People are lazy thinkers. They just are. In general, not everyone. There's a few people out here who are really, truly speaking from their heart, acting from their heart in unconditional love, even if it's strong like this word. It's truth. Okay? Truth isn't meant to be all nice and cuddly all the time. Truth is meant to rattle some cages. Okay? Because that's what truth does sometimes. When Yeshua said, drink of my blood, yeah, it rattles some cages. What? Drink your blood? What? What? Can I go back into my mother's womb, die and be born again? What? What? Say some things. Shake it up. You know? Yeah, confuse them. What? Wait a minute. What am I have to do? Can I do that? That's what truth is meant to do. Truth isn't meant to always be nice and cuddly. Sometimes it's meant to awaken. It's meant to stir. Okay? It's meant to stir. 400 years is long enough. That's how long it's been since the church has resembled anything similar to what Most High Divine Yahweh God has been pleased with. 400 years. 400 years. I don't see any brown folks walking around talking about that. They're walking around talking about slavery for 200 years or whatever. What about 400 years and your spiritual lockdown and religion, huh? And your Baptist, Pentecostal, COG, Church of God in Christ. What about all that, brown folks? What about all that? Huh? What about that jail? What about that prison? Huh? Are you interested in getting out of that prison? You interested in getting out of that jail? Out of that matrix? You're interested in that? You're going to have to walk away from it. That's the first thing. Because you can't see clearly while you in it. You can't. It's too murky. You got to get out. And then you will see. Okay? Right. So, going into the new year, let us be in the year of 8, 2024. Let us really allow, 8 is the number of new beginnings. Let us allow the new beginning in us to actually start and begin and continue. And then scripture speaks of a man beginning to prosper and then continuing to prosper and then continuing to prosper until he becomes very prosperous. That is a spiritual and a physical thing, right? Not everybody's meant to be multimillionaires and blah, 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 right? That is an individual thing, okay? I know that for sure, okay? Most High knows that. And you can only know that You could pray for things that you think are meant to be for you, but you really truly only know when you get out of religion, you become enlightened and you open up your energy. You become aligned within yourself. The kingdom is within you. That's your chakras. That's your energy. The kingdom is within you. It's within you. Your crown chakra that gets downloads from Most High, that information is within you on the top of your head. It's within you. Your pineal gland is within you. That's the third eye in you, between your eyebrows. Okay? That's the kingdom. That is it. It's within you. So let's abolish religion. Who's with me? Let's abolish religion. It's not easy, but we can do it. Let's abolish religion. And let's turn this earth into a spiritual place. Let's abolish religion and turn this earth into a spiritual place. Back to a spiritual place, okay? Back to where he desired it and liked it and it can't get back there in the physical sense. But in the relational sense, it can get back there to where Adam and Eve were in the garden. It can get back there to where it is a spiritual thing. He didn't give them a book and said, hey, read this book and follow these rules. He didn't do that. They said they would hear him in the cool of he would be there always. And the Lord appeared and the Lord was with them. And he was there with them. They talked. They communicated. That's the way he likes it. That's the way he likes it. That's the way he likes it. Okay? The books are a reference guide. The books are not the way that you should pin down your life to live. Because, why? There's situations that did not exist back then, environments that did not exist back then that were not even addressed. This is why you need to be able to audibly hear or hear spiritually, telepathically, however, Most High's voice. Because if you only get information from a book, you are limited. That's why the books all end. No book goes on forever. That's why they all end. Okay? Right? I don't follow Harry Potter because I'm not interested in that type of whatever that is, fantasy, I'm not interested in that, okay? And I use my imagination, and I go into extraterrestrial and celestial places and all that, but that's me. I don't subscribe to, congratulations to Miss Rawlings and all of her success and all of that, because that serves a purpose, and that's what was in her to release. Everything that's released isn't for you. And if you like those things, that's good too. Again, it doesn't matter. I'm just sharing my preference, okay? I don't follow those things, okay? Right? But we have to, and she was releasing what was in her. We have to be faithful to release what's in us. And by her releasing what was in her, that helped her to become who she always knew she was, or who she believed she could be, and manifest what, right? But that's her. That's her dream, her mission, her purpose, right? That was one of the things that she's here to do. You are here to do something. We need to find out what that is. You need to find out what that is. And you need to diligently, if by yourself, pursue that. And I can tell you, whatever that is, you will never find it in any religion. You will never find it through any religion. He is not going to work through religion the way that he works through spirituality. It is never going to happen. Most of it is telling you to preach to Jesus. Most of it is telling you to preach to Jesus. Jesus is not the Godhead. Jesus is not the Most High. He is not. Most High deity, his name is Yahweh. YHWH. YWVH in some languages. Okay? That is who we need to be praying to. We need to be talking to our ancestors. Okay? We need to be talking to our ancestors. They have so much information for us. Everybody wants to pray to Jesus. Don't pray to Jesus. Jesus is your brother. Okay? You are a joint heir, or you're supposed to be, when you take your rightful place. Then you become a joint heir. If you think you're a joint heir with Jesus and you're religious, you're being fooled. You are not a joint heir with Jesus and you are religious. And if you think I'm lying, go read your Bible. And even the parts that are true, there are some parts that are true. All of it is not, because the Roman Catholic Church effed that up. Okay? After Methuselah. So if you think that religiousness is the way that Yeshua got to where he was, right, and ascended as he did, go read it again. Go read it again. He went against everything people were telling him to do. You can't heal on whatever. I can heal on any day I goddamn well please. You can't tell me when I can and cannot heal somebody. Somebody needs healing, I'm going to heal them. You can't tell me when to do that. That's what religion does. See, he was smacking religious around like they were a slut. Just slapping them around. Every time that somebody says something religious. What? You can't. Every time. He was just slapping religion around. I like that. I like that. Religion needs to be slapped around. Okay? Yeshua did not do what he did on this earth by following religiousness. He wasn't worried about following the 10 Commandments. What is that? He wasn't worried about that. Man has proven time and time again, man can't follow the 10 Commandments. Man had one law, don't eat of this particular tree. Man couldn't follow that law. Hasn't it been apparent that man can't follow laws? We have how many laws today in the natural legal system? It's not a justice system. How many laws and how many of them are broken? Man can't follow laws. So stop trying to follow laws, man. Certainly religiously, stop trying to follow laws. It gets you nowhere. You're going to fail and fall on your face every single time. I like this New Year's Eve message. I like it. I like it. So what are we going to do going into the new year in 2024 to change our processes, to change our approach to our spirituality? Okay? What are we going to do? What are we going to do to change that? What are we going to do? We have really only two choices. Stay the same, continuing to do the same thing over and over again, repeating the same thing. I was going to say puking. You're just repuking, right? So the same thing they spoke on last week, they're speaking on this week. Go ahead and eat that puke back up. Get that puke back up. Go ahead, slurp that back up like a dog. Slurp that puke up back like a dog. Guess what they were talking about a month ago? The same damn thing. Slurp that fucking puke back up. Slurp it back up again. Slurp it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Still got Thanksgiving dinner in it. Slurp that back up. Go ahead. Take it in. Take it in. How does that taste? Huh? That's what religion is. It's sick. It will make you sick. Spiritually. Spiritually make you sick. And then you'll have to return here because you didn't take care of karmic things, because you didn't know what karmic things were. You didn't know you had a responsibility this lifetime to clear out your family bloodline and your spiritual lineage so that the next tribe coming, the next seed coming, the one that you're about to give birth to, or the one that you're giving birth to, the one that you're currently raising, at some point their eyes can be open to not follow religion, but to follow spirituality, so that they can become the Moseses of the world and not follow a book, so that they can become the ascended masters that they can be, right? So that they can be called and fulfill their unique purpose for the time in which they're birthed in this life, and go beyond where you went in your religiousness. But the truth is, most people think they're doing just fine. And so they just continue on puttering down the road because they don't see the possibility and the truth of who they really truly are and understand the power within them. The power within them to walk away from things that no longer serve you, people that no longer serve you, places that have run dry. Stop putting your bucket down that well. You're not getting anything but rocks. There is nothing else there. So what are you going to do in your 2024? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have a choice. Stay religious and die on the cross, or be resurrected into a new in 2024. You have a choice. What are you going to do? Are you really interested in being all you can be? Are you really interested in going as far and as high and as deep as you can go into who you are, into why you're here? Okay? Are you really truly interested in that? Are you really truly interested in that? Well, it's time out for complacency. It's time to lace the boots up. It's time to put on your battle dress uniform, and it's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. Okay? It's time to get to work. I had a message just came on the phone and said Jordan scored a touchdown. I guess that's a winner. I like touchdowns. Right? So, going into your 2024, I dare any of you for the first week of the year, I dare any of you to dedicate yourself to meditating and opening up your chakras. I dare any of you to do that. I dare you to. And let go of religion. I dare you to for a week. Your life will never be the same. It will never be the same. Never be the same. People die on the vine long after the vine was living. Long after, like I said, when I got there, when I got to the rock, it was a place of life because that's where I was spiritually. It was a place, it was joyful, it was amazing. But over time, I began to see, right? And then he invited the enemy back into the camp. I'm not even going to go into that conversation. I'm not even going back into that conversation. I'm not. Because I'm going to tell you this. I will say this much. I will never, ever, let's take this for example. My twin flame situation, she was a part of that house, or was. I don't know if she is still or not. I don't even care, right? She, after all that she's done to me, and you can even take the sperm donor, after all that they've done to me, there is no way that I would open up my doors in my heart to let those MFers back into my life. There's no way I would ever open up my heart to do that. We can't be friends. We can't be friends. I forgive you, but we can't be friends. There are some things that people do against you that you should not allow them back, that requires you to forever shut the friendship door, the relationship door. There is no way I would ever let the sperm donor near my spouse into my house. The only communication him and I could ever have is if I go to the prison he's in Michigan, write him a letter or a phone call. He will never, ever have physical contact with my family, ever. Not even through his pupils, ever. You cannot be so naive and let the enemy back into your camp. Ain't no way I'd invite Hussein back into my house. Ain't no way I'd let him into my house. Really? What I look like? My personal opinion, that was a money decision. That's my personal opinion. That was a money decision, Steve. That was a money decision. That's my personal opinion, and that's probably a download from Most High. That was a money decision. I don't care how poor I am. I will be homeless I will be homeless before I ever call Roxanne. I don't give a fuck where I am. I will never reach out to that woman and ask her for a damn thing. She can kiss where the sun don't shine. And since I'm a spiritual badass, that means my brown ass behind. I will never ask her. I don't need nothing from no enemy. None. 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 I walked alone listening. I don't know all the words. I walk alone. 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 My shadow's the only one that stands beside me. Right? I walk alone. I don't need them. Certainly not enemies. Because your enemy's going to off you eventually anyway. You keep walking with them. People show you who they are. You better believe them. People show you who they are. You better believe them. So what are we going to do for our 2024 people? What are we going to do, humans? What are we going to do? You've been tuned into The Encourager. My name is Nehru. Happy New Year to you. And as always, stay encouraged. Talk to you soon.